Alright, battle report, which is Fear the Reaper, which is a Haemonculus Covens mission. Where I've got a Covens army that is Scarlet Epicureans, that's the Parasite, and that's the Haemonculus to the squad. He's got a webway, and he's attached to one of the two Grotesqueries. This has 7. This has an Aberration and 3 Grotesques with Urian, Dark Artisan, and Scalpel Racks. And there are no objectives in this game until the enemy units die, and then Duke Lacrosse there gets to place the objective within 1 inch of the unit. It was diagonal deployment. His Warlord trait gave him Infiltrate on Warlord and 3 units. Mine is Urian, so he's got Fear. And this is the awesome Sisters of Battle army that no one has ever seen before. It's nothing but sisters. There's enough lead here to kill an elephant, probably. So he infiltrated down the line to protect himself from having me walk 3 of my units in, because my deployment is done. I've got absolutely nothing on the board on round 1, and you're going to go first.
All right.
So, yeah. So I will have my 2 units deep strike in at the end of round 1. His 12 groups of Battle Sisters, I forgot to mention that. His army is 12 groups of Battle Sisters. St. Celestine with Seraphim. Priests in each squad, right?
Right.
Canoness or no?
Canoness.
He is a Canoness. She's your Warlord?
Yep.
With everything?
No, just the rerolls. And
Rerolls, Eternal Warrior?
Warrior and Eviscerator.
Eviscerator, alright. And then 3 squads of Dominions or 6? 3 with all infiltrating, or yeah, infiltrating. Alright, so they're done moving. Alright, movement. I deep struck, landed in terrain, did not immobilize myself, and I'm on to shooting. Alright, I accomplished almost nothing with the Scalpel Racks. I killed a girl. And being that they have priests, they're fearless. So it is round 2.
If I didn't have a priest, I wouldn't run.
Even if you didn't have a priest, you wouldn't have run. Yeah, it was a lot of nothing. So you roll for your reserves. All 3 Dominion squads chose to infiltrate on this side. Strange, but they got a 1-1-2 or something like that. And then, yeah, still moving the girls, getting ready to shoot at my 2 Venoms. Where the game could end if I fail all of my reserve rolls and he manages to kill everything, but we'll see. Alright, he's got first blood. He takes out the Venom and the 5 guys on board. So it is bottom of 2, and you got 1 point. Definitely not what I wanted for reserves. Only 2 units came in, Epicurean Racks and 1 of the Dark Artisans, so they webway right there. Venom flies up. Guys get out, and we're going to go on to shooting. Shooting is done. They run, they kill a girl, they blows her up, nothing happens. Put a wound on the Saint, killed a couple of the Seraphim, but they're fearless because of the Saint. And we're on to assaults. They assault you. They're locked in combat. Nothing happened. And we're on to your turn, so round 3. And his score is 1-0. So movement. The Saints girl fly over here. Did you have 1 heavy bolter that was going to move? Because he's not in range. Some of his Melta girls are going to move. These ones are locked in combat. He's got nothing left in reserves. He's measuring to try to kill the Dark Artisan. It may happen. We'll see.
He's out front anyway.
Yeah, but the squad is still toughness 7. So, yep. Shooting, he put a wound on a Parasite engine and shot down the Venom with a lot of heavy bolter fire. Killed all but 1 Scarlet Epicurean and can't make the charge because it's 12 inches with terrain. And then this combat, pillow fight here, nothing happens. And we're on to the bottom of round 3 now. Still the score is 1-0. Lone Scarlet Epicurean walks to there. These guys come flank, or whatever, come in off my board edge. He walks in on the board edge. They deep strike there, and the Aberration takes a wound. And I still got 2 units in reserve. And get on to shooting. Killed some Seraphim, leaving the Saint and a Seraphim. used the soul siphon, killed a bunch of girls, and we're on to the assault phase, where these guys charge. 9 inches. He'll be in. These guys, there's just one. Yeah. This guy. And they're going to charge you. This combat just keeps going. I killed one, finally. Murdered the Saints squad, and that becomes an objective right there. And it is now round 4. I guess I should have covered in shooting. They ran. He melted guys. I think I covered that. Killed some girls. All right, so round 4. It goes. Does the Saint get up? Yes. She's leadership. What's her leadership? And I still get... No, because you're -1 because I have freakish spectacle. She is actually dead. My gigantic grotesquerie is about to have a bad day, I think, because it's going to be a hail of bolter fire shooting down this way. I did forget to roll something for him. That's right. The guy with 1 wound does not get it, will not die. So he's still got 1 wound. And he's pretty much done moving, and everyone is going to just shoot the heck out of him. At this point, I wish I'd kept my Scarlet Epicurean Warlord so that he could take a melted to the face. But Urian is the Warlord. Epic amount of shooting. Hail of bolter fire. Literally hundreds of bolter shots. Killed a third. No, killed half of the grotesquerie and put 2 wounds on one. So there's 1, 2, 3, and a homunculus left. And that's it. And then that was all your shooting? It was an amazing amount of shooting. That's almost half or quarter of my army, so it's a lot of death. Probably. All right, close combat. All right, we killed all the girls, but we briefly discussed this. When you add an independent character to a unit, it makes it a squad, so that doesn't count as a victory yet, so that's not an objective. And we're on to round 4, the bottom of round 4, so the score is still 1-0. Here, moves to there, locked in combat, walk around the terrain, deep strikes and deviates back. Spread out, holding the objective, because I haven't decided what to do yet. And these guys land right here. So we are on to shooting. Okay. I kill a bunch of girls in the Canonist squad, which is his Warlord, and do a wound. Failed to do anything here. Kill a single individual here.
Actually, this...
And failed to shoot the Canonist.
This is probably the...
Alright. Canonist priest is over there. And we're on to the assaults. Okay, the combats. Doesn't really go quite like I thought it might, but this thing is locked in combat. Here, they won, but there's still 2 girls, and the priest makes them fearless, and that aberration doesn't get his wound back. The homunculus gets 1 wound back, and that other grotesque does not. So he's up to 1 wound now. And he won his challenge. And these guys killed their priest, lone priest in combat, as they should have. And we're on to the top of round 5.
These guys have a lot of AP.
They have, in close combat? Yeah, they're AP2. They're monsters.
Oh, yeah.
And an AP3 flamer. All right. We're on to the top of 5. So I mistakenly suggested some serious cheese here. And, of course, Duke Lacrosse is using it. If he detaches these priests, keeping them 2 inches away from the girls, then every one of them is worth an objective when I kill them. And since he has objectives secured with everything, he could get a ton of objectives here and essentially win the game, potentially, though he gives up all his fearlessness. His Canonist moves over there, and all of his priests detach so that they can do craziness. Other than that, nothing else moved, because pretty much that was that. So on to shooting. Dominions moved, I guess. All of the shooting. Hails of bolter fire. Failed to do a single wound. It was a sad day for the Dark Artisans. Alright, so then you charge? Alright, so I'm going to try to kill some priests. This combat, I killed a girl.
I did pass my thing, so I get to reroll.
You get to reroll. She lives! Oh, okay, she doesn't die because he rerolled his thingamajigger. I killed the priest here, creating an objective. I killed only 1 priest there because of Smash. And next round, I won't have hatred, so maybe I cannot produce objectives. And that's where we are. Alright, these guys come moving this way. The Grotesquerie breaks off from the Haemonculus. They're locked in combat. Urian jumps out over there, and these guys come up here because I'm gonna attempt to accomplish something. We'll see if it works. And so on the shooting phase, all right. So in the running, he goes 1 inch. Shot an ossifactor and missed. Shot and does nothing. Turbo boosted to the back corner there, and that's still got 4 guys on board. Grotesques, and is on to the assault phase. Here's the moment. He's got 2 objectives now because I killed another priest. Does the game end? No. It's critical because I got to stop killing priests. Pretty much. All right, so it is round 6. The score is still 1-0. That's amazing. All right, so there's a lot of movement. He's going after Urian, I think, and trying to kill some stuff.
How many wounds that guy have?
He's got 2 left.
And he's toughness.
Toughness 4.
And he has a 2-up save?
No, he's just standing in ruins. In the shooting, he wipes out the Grotesquerie, puts 2 wounds on Urian, and that's it. But that might be the critical thing. Oh, and he killed the Haemonculus with Maltas, even with Eternal Warrior. All right, so on to the assaults. Here he killed another priest, generating 1, 2, 3. And we got to see who can take objectives. I didn't win that. Well, I won that combat, but there's still a friggin' priest there. So it is moving on to my turn. Think. All right. They move, still locked in combat. Standing there. Urian's hiding behind a rock. Grotesquerie jumps out of that raider. And those guys are locked in combat. These guys walked up, and they moved this way, and so we are now on to the shooting phase. All right, did a lot of shooting on these girls here. So does this squad run? They're at -1 leadership from Freaky Spectacle. Does that squad run? Nope. They're good. Okay, so on to the assaults. Here's the epic recast of the final round. Is that your dice? I'm stealing Duke's dice. I killed these girls, generating an objective and consolidating this way. Finally killed that lone priest. That guy was heroic. The Grotesquerie killed all the girls in this squad, making it no longer objective secured. So these 2 objectives are totally pointless in the game. And these guys continue smashing and thus not killing priests, thankfully. And so point-wise, I am pretty sure I won. So I got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And you'd have 1, 13 to 1.